Why aren't you seeing the results that you want? That's what I want to talk to you about tonight. Why aren't you seeing what it is that you want to see in your life? Hey guys, it's Crystal Fry, your personal identity coach, and I want to talk to you about this tonight, about why you aren't seeing the results that you want, because I feel like this is a struggle for a lot of us. Maybe we have some thoughts, we're doing some things, but we're not really seeing what it is that we want to see come out of it, right? We're not seeing the goals being achieved. We're not seeing the dreams manifest or come to fruition. Why aren't you seeing the results? And maybe you're frustrated because you're not seeing what you want to see. So I'm going to talk to you about 3 different reasons why you aren't seeing the results that you want. Now, trust me, there can be many other reasons, but I'm going to focus on 3 of them tonight to share with you. So 1, you haven't fully defined what it is that you want. Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, well, let's use money. I want to make more money. Okay, great. Listen, if you want to make more money and that's all you say is that I want to make more money, you could find $1 in the pocket of the pants that you washed, and there you go. You've got more money, right? You have to be specific. When you're setting goals, when you're thinking about what it is that you want, you have to get really clear on what that is. When you send out a vague message of, hey, I want to make more money, or hey, I want to do this, or hey, fill in the blank, and it's vague, you can't expect to get a very specific result from that. So again, like I said, if your goal is to make more money, how much more money do you want to make? Do you want to make $5,000 extra a month? Do you want to make $5,000 extra a year? How much is it? And again, money is just an example because that's an easy one to throw out there. If you want to find your soulmate, if you want to have a better relationship, you want to build your current relationship, if you want to, have more clients in your business, if you want to start your own business, if you want to get a promotion at your job, it doesn't matter what the thing is. What matters is, are you specific? Have you defined what it is that you want? Can you visualize it? Can you see it? And that is one of the reasons we're talking tonight. I'm sharing 3 reasons why you aren't seeing the results that you want. And so the first one is that you haven't fully defined it yet. And I know that that can sometimes be a little bit of a challenge, but it really is worth the work to get still, be still and get very clear on what it is that you want. Because after you say what you want and you're very clear about that, then you can define and set out very clear goals so you know exactly what you're going towards, right? When you put vague things out, you get vague things back. And that's just the way that it works. So that's the first one. You haven't fully defined what it is that you want. And once you can visualize it and you can see it and you have it clearly defined, there you go. You've checked that box. Now, reason number 2 on why you aren't seeing the results that you want, you haven't fully defined your why. Again, we'll go back to the example of money. I want to make more money. All right, let's get specific. I want to make $5,000 more to do what with? Why do you want that money? Why do you want the more clients? Why do you want the promotion? Why do you want the relationship? Why do you want to improve it? Whatever that goal is that you've taken your time to sit down and get very specific about, why do you want to do that? And it can't just be, again, we'll go back to the money example. I want to make $5,000 more. Why? Well, so that I can make $5,000 more. That's not going to do it for you. Your why has to be something that is emotionally attached to you. Okay. It has to be something that is more than just, well, because I want it. That's not strong enough to help you stay motivated when things don't go exactly the way that you want. When you are in the position where you have to continue to push forward to get the thing that you want, just because is not a strong enough why. Maybe you want to make that $5,000 extra so that you can take your family on a very meaningful vacation, so that you can spend time together as a family, so that you can, do the things. Maybe, we'll use promotion. Maybe you want to get a promotion at work. Why do you want to do that? After you've set out that goal and you've clearly defined it and you can visualize it and see it, why do you want it? What are you gaining from achieving that goal? Maybe you're going to make some more money so that you can, pay off some credit card debt. Maybe it's going to improve your status within your organization. Maybe that's going to, do some other things for you. Maybe that's going to put you on the path that you want to be on. So you have to understand what that why is, and you have to clearly define it, because that's often what happens when we get into a pattern of start and stop, right? We've decided that we want to do this thing and we've taken a couple of steps and we don't really feel like it, or it's not really going exactly the way we want. So then we stop. Well, and then we think about it some more and we want to do it again. So we start again. That stop, start, and you don't see any real progress. It's very likely because you don't have a strong enough why. You have to think about it like an onion, right? We've heard the analogy of peeling back an onion layer by layer. Think about that when you're looking at your why. When you're sitting down to define your why do I want to do this? Why do I want to make the extra money? Why do I want it? Whatever that goal is, when you're sitting down to define your why, if the first thing is, I want to make more money so that I can, better support my family. Okay, that's a good start. But peel that back a little bit further. What does it mean to you to be able to help support your family more? What does it mean to you to be able to contribute at a higher level? What does it really mean to you? And you have to do the work and kind of dig in there a little bit deeper, because when you have that fully defined why, and it is meaningful to you, and it is important to you, and it is emotionally charged and attached, when things aren't going the way that you want them to, or when things get hard, or when you have challenges or you have barriers, that why will keep you going forward. So that's reason number 2 on why you aren't seeing the results that you want. Reason number 1, you haven't fully defined what you want, right? So you don't exactly know where you want to go. Number 2, you haven't fully defined your why and understand why it is so very important to you. The third reason I'm going to share with you tonight as to why you aren't seeing the results that you want is you haven't taken action. And I'm gonna say a little bit more on that and say you haven't taken the right action to move you forward to where you want. If you want to, again, we'll go back and use that money example. If you've defined that you want to make $5,000 extra because you want to take your family on an incredible, meaningful vacation, really spend some time together, really bond and connect, and everything that will mean for your family, what action have you taken? What have you done to put you on that path? Because it's not enough for us to hope for it and, think about it. It's not enough for us to sit down and write nice things about it. Affirmations help a huge deal in a lot of different areas, but they don't automatically do anything for you without you being motivated to take the action that's needed in order to get you to that goal. So what do you need to do? Do you know what you need to do? Do you need help defining and understanding and mapping out the plan to get you where you want to go? If you do, then your first action step is to find the help that you need. Do you need a coach? If you need a coach, make sure you get the right coach. That's another thing about that. There are tons of people out there who are brilliant and can help you get to the things that you want to do in all different areas of your life. Whether you need a business coach, whether you need a personal identity coach, whether you need someone to help you, if you need a confidence coach, if you need a public speaking coach, if you need, there are any number of individuals who are absolutely fantastic in what they do to help you get to where you need to go. The key is finding the right person who is the right fit for you. You can't just pick anyone because that doesn't work. You've got to find that right person. But understanding what it is that you need. And again, if you don't know what you need, you can start with a simple Google search, right? You can start with doing a brainstorming session, doing a brain dump where you take a piece of paper and you're focusing on that thing that you want, and you literally just dump out all the thoughts in your brain onto a piece of paper. And sometimes some really brilliant stuff comes out of doing that. Trust me. I do that quite frequently. I usually try to do that when my brain gets a little cloudy or when I'm not quite sure what to do next. I usually try to kind of get all of that out. And it's amazing what comes out when you just kind of pour until your brain is empty. But so anyway, we're talking tonight about the reasons why you aren't seeing the results that you want. And again, whether that's in your life, in your job, in your, as you're building a business, as you are trying to, build a relationship or find a relationship, why aren't you seeing those results? There's three. I'm going to call these three main reasons. There could be a lot of other reasons too, but the three that I'm talking about tonight, you haven't fully defined what you want. You haven't set that clear goal. You haven't defined your why and attached the emotion to it for why this is so important for you to accomplish. And the third one is you haven't taken action. You haven't taken the right action that you need to take to get you to where you need to go. So those are the three reasons on why you may not be seeing the results that you want to see. Again, that's that third step, that take action. I think that is where a lot of us get stuck, because we can do the work to really define out the goal. We can do the work to really understand our why and really put the emotion and the power behind that. But then I think sometimes we get stuck at that third point, that taking action, because we're not really sure what to do. So if you need help in that area, again, I specialize in personal identity. So I specialize in helping women and supporting women in their life and in their business so that they can actually see themselves. They can find their identity apart from all of the other things that they do in their life, apart from being a mom or a wife or an employee or a CEO or a secretary or anything, or an astronaut, any of the things that we as women, we define ourselves by our roles. And in that process, we oftentimes lose our own identity. And that is my specialty. That's where I come in to help women find that woman, find themselves, the real them, right? The real you, the person who's on the inside, the person that you were created to be, so that you then can be all the things, but you're just a better version of you, right? Because you're the real you. You're the authentic you. And you can bring so much more to the table when you're not worried about what other people think, when you're not being controlled by your limiting beliefs, when you're not putting yourself into, when you're not sabotaging yourself, quite frankly, by your negative self-talk. Okay, been there, done that. That is not a cool thing. So that's my piece. So if I can help you with that, and I say this in all sincerity because really, honestly, it was a very long struggle for me to really find myself, to understand who I was and to understand what I needed in my life and be able to put a voice to that. And that really was the key part, was finding, understanding, and being able to put a voice to that. So if you need help with that, I'm going to pop up the link for my complimentary strategy session. It's 30 minutes on the phone. It doesn't cost you a dime, but it allows us to have that deeper conversation about what it is that you want to do and how I can help you get there, how I can support you along the way for that. So if that is where you are, and maybe you don't even have goals defined yet, maybe you don't even have your why defined yet, maybe you're still sitting in a place where you're struggling to understand who you are. Let's get on the phone. Go to this link right here, bit.ly/see-me30, get some time on my calendar, and let's start that conversation. Do that third thing that I said that you may not, on why you may not be seeing the results that you want. Let's get it done, because I want to see you win. We need more women in this world to be their highest, best, most elevated versions of themselves. And that comes from being your authentic self. That comes from being the real you, not the you that other people see, that everybody else sees, and nobody sees who you are on the inside. Not from putting on a mask to make everyone else happy, even though you are quite frankly miserable. That comes from being your authentic self, the real you. And I can help you with that process. So that is what I have for you tonight, the 3 reasons why you aren't seeing the results that you want. Thank you all for joining me live. And for those of you who are watching in the replay, if you're just joining, go back and watch from the beginning. A lot of good information about why you aren't seeing the results that you want and what you can do about that. So I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you all again very soon. Crystal Fry, your personal identity coach, supporting women in business and life to see themselves and love themselves so that they can transform their lives into legacies. Have a great night.